Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know it is the Cat in the Hat, your resident fly guy, your chief architect, Michael Andrews, StarArchitects.com. Here to help you redesign your frame of mind when it comes to this lifestyling thing. Yeah, I got something in my eyes. Just that. Today is Taylor Thought Tuesday, so I wanted to provide some transitory thought-provoking-ish so that you could take this on, try it on, see how it fits you. And today we're going to be talking about the bearable lightness of being when it comes to spring, the elements that are going to be in play when it comes to the transitions that come into spring. First and foremost, I am going to be doing a video soon, probably. It's probably not going to be very, very soon, but I do want to start talking about transitional wardrobes because one of the things that I'm noticing is that we live in a climate that does not allow for a lot of four seasons anymore. Like there's only 3 seasons. It gets kind of cold or it gets hot and then starts to get extremely cold extremely quickly. So it's important for us to have these transitional wardrobes. And even if it was a 4-season climate, even if you are getting those 4 seasons, which is dope, that's awesome. But if you you still want to have some transitions because life is transitioning. And I wanted to pose this thought for you when it comes to that. When you think about spring symbolizes newness. It symbolizes new opportunities, new experiences, new engagements. You are literally starting out your year, I believe, when the spring hits. Because in New Year's, you're trying to figure out all the things that you're doing, and you're kind of hibernating. So you're doing all these things in the backdrop. You're working out, and nobody's really getting to see those results that you started to have, or you started eating healthy, and nobody's really getting to see those different types of things, or you're having to cook for yourself because you don't really want to go out to have some salad or whatever, right? But when spring comes, there's all these new vegetables. There's this new, course line that you can take that is both healthy and innovative. New restaurants are opening. New plays and experiences are happening outside because everybody wants to be outdoors. They've been holding themselves in from the cold. And so even when it comes to your style, if you've been developing your style, if you've been following me for a little while and beginning to build your knowledge up, this is the time where you are compelled to start letting your closet and your style speak and pronounce itself, boldly and grandly, and that's a beautiful thing. However, I do want to make sure that you just are aware of the lightness that you should walk into spring with, both figuratively and literally. Spring is going to be a time where things are going to be in limbo. For the most part, the flowers are just starting to bloom. Your style is just starting to bloom or starting to come back into its awareness. The holidays that we are celebrating with spring, with Easter, those vibrant and light colors are going to elicit that need for your ensemble to be brighter. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in that need to overpower everything when it comes to your style. Pay attention to spring. Spring works in modalities. It works methodically. So you're not going to see all green, in nature. You're going to see the lightness of spring beginning to spawn and sprout itself out. So you see browns, you see grays, you see the base colors of the blue sky mixed in with subtle notes of white, of lilac, of pink, of pastels, all these different types of things coming together on a strong base. And when it comes to the fabrication of your bearable lightness, just think about how the seasons and the time is transitioning. You're going from a shorter night or a longer night to a shorter night and longer days. So you have to think about how much more you're going to be out and experiencing those and enjoying those days out with friends or just on the town for yourself. So you want to make sure that your fabric, the fabrication, the drape, and the texture is going to be able to not only withstand the elements, but also embrace that energy that is going to be coming from the day. In the springtime, we tend to have either more rain or more breezes, like the cool nature. So you don't want something that's extremely thin. I have a friend right now who gets hot really easily, so he'll throw on his linen now, right? He's ready for linen now, and I've been seeing a lot of videos go up for linen now. But start looking at some brushed cottons. Start looking at some wool and cashmere or some cotton and cashmere blends. Start looking at some lightweight flannel. I have this wonderful lightweight flannel that we did with our custom company, and this is a 3-season lightweight flannel. We don't have to immediately jump into linens. Everybody is already ready to move towards summer, and there's a reason why we're wearing linen in the summer, while we're wearing very light fabrics in the summer, not just for the lightness of it, but for additional reasons, which we'll talk about as summer approaches. But enjoy the spring, enjoy that newness, enjoy the cool breeze of transition, and the cool elements of new life that is beginning to be expressed by nature. And follow nature. Pay attention to its lightness and how it's moving. That it's not hot yet. It's not anything that's going to be overbearing on your eye, on your skin, or on your palate when it comes to just the experiential palettes of how you're engaging with each other. So I would leave you with that. Try that on. See how it fits you. I would love to hear, question of the day, love to hear your thoughts on whether or not you are immediately transitioning into a summer wardrobe, or if you have a transitional closet. If so, I'd love to hear what that closet looks like. If not, and you're thinking about transitioning or creating a transitional closet, what that would look like for you. I always enjoy hearing your stories, your statements, and where you are taking your story when it comes to style. If you have any questions, please make sure that you leave them in the comment box. Please make sure you give this a thumbs up if you found this information thought-provoking, insightful, or informational. And like I said, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you can make sure that you're getting this info on a day-to-day basis. We're here Monday through Friday, so I want to make sure that I'm providing you with that information. And I hope that you're starting to see that it's a little bit outside of the box or the conventions of just clothing talk or fashion talk. I want to make sure that you understand the mindset of the man who is getting dressed, so that you are always expressing yourself with the best of yourself. Lastly, it's Tuesday. You made it through Monday, so you got to be a great dude. You're still waking up. You're still out here getting it. You're still out here looking to develop yourself. But know that greatness was always inside of you. Now all you have to do is project it. And until then, don't ever forget that dress is nothing more than the expression of a man's state of mind, so you should always